These can all become cycles in the life of a family or the life of an individual.
And the
enemy will use these things to keep you from living out the potential and purpose that God has for your life. But tonight, everyone shout, no more cycles. Notice what the scripture told us whenever the children of Israel sowed.
And
whenever their harvest came in, the enemy would come to destroy the harvest. This would happen year after year. It was a cycle that left them in poverty, that left them in lack and limitation. But if you continue to read the story, God calls a man by the name of Gideon. And he says to Gideon, you are a mighty man of valor. I'm going to use you to break the cycle. Gideon, you are going to be a cycle breaker. And can I tell you, when I look out over this group tonight, I know in my heart I'm looking at cycle breakers. God calls you and I to be cycle breakers. To break the cycle in our life. To break the cycle in our families. To break the cycle in our generation. No more cycles. Now watch the way that God deals with Gideon. In order for Gideon to become a cycle breaker, God has to shift his identity. Gideon saw himself as inferior or inadequate. He was hiding in the wine press. And when God comes to him and says, Gideon, you're going to be a cycle breaker, Gideon says, who, me? I am from the smallest tribe of Israel. And my family is the smallest family in the smallest tribe. And I'm the smallest one in the smallest family of the smallest tribe. There's no way you can use me to be a cycle breaker. And God has to shift his identity so that he doesn't see himself through the cycle, but he sees himself the way that God sees him. And I've come to tell you tonight that God sees you as a cycle breaker.
seçeneği.